Sonya, thanks so much for joining us. How did you find out that you were chosen to be one of the 60 role models?
Well, I was contacted by Mattel through my film company, Codebreaker Films. We originally thought it was a request for a commercial, and when we contacted them, they asked me if I would consider being a role model for them, and I was really confused at first because I'm like, well, why? I'm totally not a Barbie person. So it was really overwhelming when I found out, and being able to be a role model by them, be considered a role model by them is something I'm hoping I can live up to.
And so what does this mean for you?
It just means, like, for me personally, it is really, it's like being named the chief, I guess. I don't know, like, but it is very cool to me just because all the work I do focuses on making sure that Indigenous girls have a hero that they can look up to. And the fact that I too might be one of those heroes is really scary, but it also is something that I hope that I can strive for in the future, just to remember that always.
And now you've also started a petition to Mattel to get a Cree Barbie. How did this come about, and how's that going?
Yeah, it came about because I speak at a lot of schools, especially to Indigenous youth. And after girls would ask me if I knew and personally knew Barbie, and I said no, then they would ask about how they could go about getting a Barbie that looked like me. And I said, well, they're not coming out with that. Like, and they're like, well, why? And so I took that question of why and decided, like, well, why? So I created the petition just to make Mattel aware of how many people are supportive of an idea of more with an Indigenous Barbie that isn't in buckskin and regalia. Though those are important as well, but just the idea of having a modern Barbie that is Indigenous with a nation is something that I hope they'll consider in the future.
And how can people looking to help out with that petition, where can they find it?
Well, if they Google my full name, Sonya Ballantyne, and change.org, or follow me on Codebreaker Films on Facebook, or my personal Twitter at honey_child on Twitter, they could find me there. They could find the petition link there. And yeah, I think it's pretty easy to find, hopefully, and I hope you'll sign it.
Sonya, all really cool stuff. Really appreciate you taking some time for us.
Thank you.